Hello. Today I'm going to participate in the coloring memory tag created by Erica from Elm Colors. I am tagged by Influenced Colorist. Thank you. Because this is my first tag, I'm going to participate. I am coloring in this video in World of Flowers by Johanna Besford. I did a video yesterday how I tackle a detailed page with a limited color palette with water-based markers and pencils on top. So if you want to see how I do that, you can check that video. In the meanwhile, I'm just coloring something easy while I am talking through this video. The first question is, did you have a favorite coloring book or books as a child? I have to admit, I have no memories of a coloring book when I was a child. I was actually more into drawing more than coloring, what I remember. The second question is, what was your go-to art supply as a child? I was actually a very simple child, just a regular pencil and a sheet of paper for drawing. Coloring isn't actually something I remember I did. It was always with shading with a regular pencil. Third question is, did you color or draw more as a child? So definitely drawing, because it was something I did with my grandmother when she was babysitting me. There was like a junior newspaper in the adult newspaper, like a little book, and we took some drawings of that. Mostly it was like Disney. And then we tried to recreate it. So we sat together at the table and we were drawing the same image. So that is definitely something I remember. I took some art classes for kids when I was little, but it was also painting, sculpting, drawing, and I was actually more into drawing. So I did that for 2 years and then I quit. Same in high school. I stood out in art classes. In the second year, I won like 2 books with a quote of my favorite teacher that she said I had to do something with that in the future. Now I'm actually doing something creative, but not really like drawing or painting, but I'm a part-time I do a part-time gel nails. So that's also something creative, and it's one of my creative outlets I have in my job. My day job is something totally different. That's just for paying the bills and because it's easy because I'm working at home. Okay, fourth question. Do you have a favorite coloring memory as an adult or as a child? The first one I already mentioned. It was drawing with my grandmother. And the second one was, don't laugh at me, but it is drawing under the table. So we had a huge wooden table in our living room. And underneath it was like very rough wood, and me and my brother were drawing underneath the table, and it was castles and dragons, princesses. So when we went underneath the table, it was like a whole fairy tale story underneath the table. So that was something I remembered. The table isn't there anymore, so I cannot take a picture of it, but it was totally worth it. Number 5, what was your first adult coloring book? It was Soulmates by Hannah Carlson. I just went to a local bookshop and it was there in the shelves. I think it was just released in the Dutch edition. I went through it and I thought that was the most beautiful book there was, so I took that one with me. And number 6, what was your first adult coloring supply? That was the Faber-Castell Polychromos. So before I dive into something, I do a lot of research and I searched some YouTube videos, and it was Prismacolor or Polychromos 2.5 years ago, but the Prismacolors weren't available in Belgium. The Polychromos were, so I took the Polychromos. I started with a 36 set, and then after time I just bought the rest of the Polychromos separately in the art shop because my budget wasn't allowing it, and I didn't know if it was like a fling or it was something I was committed to. Number 7, how did you get into adult coloring? It was actually because of the second lockdown of COVID. So I have a part-time nail salon, and those were the jobs that had to close first and had to open last. So to get something done in the day, I had a part-time job in the morning. I could continue that, but in the afternoon it was very boring. So I started drawing, I started diamond painting, but it was good for a couple of weeks, and then I was tired of it. And I was looking for diamond painting on YouTube, and through that course I was just looking for an extra hobby, and because of YouTube I saw adult coloring, and it was like, okay, perfect, I'm going to try that. So it was it was coincidence. So who was your first YouTube colorist? That was Carla Magana, actually. So she has a YouTube channel and she does a lot of color and chats. And she is the one who inspires me to be creative in the coloring books, drawing some extra details in the books, go wild with colors, experiment with different mediums. So she is definitely the one that inspired me on YouTube. And she is also the one where I bought my second coloring book of, and I finished it already. So yeah, Carla Magana. Number 9, what is your first page you remembered being really proud of? I had to look back on Instagram because I had no idea what my first pages are. I will put my page on the screen so you can see. It is one of Hannah Carlson's Soulmates, and it was my first face. So it was a tutorial of Peta Hewitt on how to shade a face, and I was really, really proud of it. My first face, that was something I was extremely proud of. And number 10, what made you think, yes, I am now absolutely an adult colorist? Definitely the time I spent on coloring and the amount of supplies I collected during the next months. And I was watching YouTube videos all the time. I was really obsessed in the beginning because when I commit to something, I really want to do it for 100%. So I was learning as much as possible. And then was there a bonus question? Who in the coloring community do you remember reaching out to and make you feel included? The first one didn't reach out to me, but I asked Color Me Stress Free to do a body color because it was like a Kirby month. And I thought, okay, my first body color, I'm going to ask if she wants to do a body color. She said yes, and she was the first one who mentioned me in a YouTube video and shared my picture. And the first YouTuber who reached out to me was Chel's Coloring Journey, and she tagged me for doing a video like this one, but it was like a couple of months ago, and I haven't participated in that video because I was too shy. And I had no idea if my English was well enough, but I'm just going to try. So those were the extra questions in the tag. So after this video, I am tagging Happy Catastrophe, Inksmith, and My Colorful Country Life. If you don't want to participate, don't feel pushed to do it. It's just for fun. If you don't want to, no pressure. So I will let you watch the rest of my video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.